Hi everyone, Sean Kennedy here from the Java SE Certification Training YouTube channel. And what I want to look at in this video is the Oracle CD. And it's the question OCA Java SE 8 Programmer 1 exam guide, and it's Java Basics, and it's question number 2. So what we're given here is a class vararg, and we've got main in here, and note here that this is using the varargs syntax. It's just another way of saying string array. And then we're calling an instance method here. And to call a non-static method, in other words, an instance method, from a static context, you need an instance. So there's the new vararg creating an instance, and then we're calling the instance method go, passing down the string array, A, so it's going to become B in here. That's an alias for it now. And there's 42. 42 is going to go into that integer variable life. So this method executes, and then basically it outputs B with an index of 1. So that's the second element in that array is what's output. We have to check to see, because one of the options down here is compilation fails. So when we see that, we've got to make sure that everything is okay regarding the syntax and so forth. And it is. Everything is okay as regards the syntax in this particular program. What about the command line invocation? Well, that's running the JVM. That's the name of the class that we want to run, which will have a main in it, and it does. There's the class vararg, there's vararg. And we're passing in two arguments, so that's args with index of 0, and that's args with an index of 1. So that's the array that comes in here. We rule are the two elements in that string array. We're passing that array down here, and it becomes the array B. B is a reference to it. And then we output the second one, which is rule. So the answer to this question is rule. Let's do that. Show feedback, make sure we're correct. And it says here, yes, B is correct. The main method can use varargs. And a varargs argument is an array. Remember, arrays are 0 based. And what I'd like to do is have a quick look at some Java code to reinforce the concepts in that particular question. So here I have the class vararg, and I've set main as a varargs string array coming in, and then I'm calling the method go, an instance method from a static context, so I need to create an instance, passing down the array, which is now called B inside here, and then I'm outputting the second one. Now I've gone to the project here, the properties, and in the run here, the arguments that I'm passing in are we and rule, and I've set the main class to be vararg. So when I run it, the project, it comes up with rule. So it's working as it is in the question. So what I'd like to do is just test a few little things to show you different concepts that apply. So let's comment out the one that we just run, and let's change that to a string array. So it's no longer varargs. See, does it work the same way? And it will. There it is, comes up with rule. So an array and varargs are the same thing. The second concept I want to look at here is this new vararg.go. Firstly, if I call go like that directly, I'm going to have a problem. Okay? And the problem is that you're trying to call an instance method from a static context, a static method. A static method has no this reference. There's no object reference passed in by the compiler. And if you want to call an instance method, you need to provide an instance. And that's what this new vararg is going to do. So if I went along the more traditional style, certainly for people who aren't that familiar with Java, would be to create your object instance like that, and then use that instance to call your instance method go. Now it's giving me errors here because I haven't passed in the arguments. So I could pass in 42 like it was in the program. That doesn't matter because we're ignoring it anyway. But now you can see it's actually working as well. It should output rule twice now. And it is. So one was the varargs is an array, and the other one was creating an object instance. You can do it that way, and then use the reference v, or you can just dynamically create it in one line of code. This one's obviously, if you aren't interested in using the reference again, you can do it that way. But if you do need the reference again, if you want to pass it down another method, for example, then you're going to need to create the object in that fashion, storing the reference in a reference variable. So if you like this video, please click on like. Any comments, please leave them below. If you'd like to get further content, please hit the subscribe. Thanks very much.